What's up guys, welcome back to Michael's Millennial Money. Today I want to share with you why being frugal was one of my best investment until recently. I'm gonna talk about the pluses, what I did when I was starting 6 years ago, about the minuses and why actually I'm stopping to be frugal. And with that being said, you can support me with a like or subscribe. If you are new on this channel is mostly about investing, making money, increasing your quality of life and just kind of being better than average people, because my point of view is always that average people get average reward, so I don't like to get average rewards. I want to get something more, so I have to work for it a little bit more than average people. So guys, why even being frugal? This is the most hated word, I think, at least in my surroundings, because I did lose so many friends because of not spending money, of not going for vacation, not going for drinks. And you know, when you are younger, this is something you have to do. You have to go out every Friday, every Wednesday to the pub, especially when you are in university. I was a bit different. 6 years ago, I just changed my thoughts when it comes to money and towards the money. I was not raised by family. They were teaching me about the money, which is totally fine. So I didn't know what I should do once I start making money. So when I was younger, some of my friends, they did teach me, the ones that were actually financially free and so on. They kind of teach me that what I have to do. And I was kind of very teachable, at least that's what they were saying. So I was listening a lot of right people in the right way. So I did know when I was younger, I was not making any money. I was actually a bit broke, I would say. When I was 18, I remember I didn't have money for a flight ticket when I was going for work. So I did know whenever I make at least a little bit of money, I cannot spend them, because if I do, I'm not gonna save anything. And I know life is expensive even 6 years ago. And you know what? I was probably right, because today is way more expensive than it was years ago. And in 5 years or 10 years, I would be saying that, you know, today it was even cheaper, because in 10 years everything is gonna be way more. It's gonna cost. Everything is gonna be expensive. So that's why I have to protect myself with my investing and saving strategy, right? So I kind of figured out this thing as well at relatively such a young age. I was 18. Of course, beginnings were very tough and hard, but I did develop something that it's still with me, and I'm still frugal, but not that much. And I did develop the habits, you know, mentality towards the money. Even now, every month I go through my balancing sheet and I would like to see where I spend, where I make, and so on. And I just kind of like to have overview of my finances, because I am in charge of my finances, not finances that are in charge of me, right? I'm the boss, right? When it comes to money in my personal expenses, and even in the company, you know, I want to be the boss. That when it's my company or with a friend, we're running together, it's good that, you know, we see the numbers, we know what's going on and so on. And that's just because I was frugal at such a young age and I developed the habits of going through the numbers, right? But I lost many friends, and probably they were not the right friends, so I'm kind of okay with it, right? Because when you are the weird one that doesn't go for parties and so on, you are not gonna be invited anymore for any parties or so on, or birthday or so on. So that's kind of maybe cost of being frugal. But you can always find the people that are the same as you are. Sometimes it's even harder when you are in a small village like I am right now, but I'm not gonna be here for a long period of time, I know for sure. So being frugal actually was very decent when I was not making money, but I figured out if I'm gonna be like this, frugal, very frugal, until 3 or 2 years ago, I'm not gonna enjoy my life. And today I was just thinking, it's so rainy outside. And if I would be frugal, I would not have the car. Actually, the car that I own now, I was dreaming way before. So I like to dream about the things quite a bit. I always look to real estate, cars and so on. I just, want to see it, want to touch it, and a couple of years I'm gonna buy it. But I was just figuring out that if I would not buy the car, I would be wet on the way to this apartment. And it's not a pleasant thing, even though the worst thing is that I could buy the car, but I didn't because I'm frugal. I want to invest this to S&P 500 and get some extra money every month. But I figured out it's not gonna bring me not the freedom, but happiness. And I think freedom is there is big correlation of freedom and happiness, because there is no point to be free, but you are not happy. At least that's in my scenario. Yes, I can be financially free in 40 years old if I don't spend any money, right? But I want to be happy even now, right? I don't want to be happy in 40. What if I lose something in my life that it's not going to bring me back anything? You can lose friends, you can lose family members, you can, have some accidents. I don't want to even talk about it. I want to be happy right now. And that's what helped me when I spend money. Because even recently I was buying coffee for $6. Insane. I would not ever buy it before. But I like, to be in that place. I like to, feel and, taste that coffee. And I don't buy it every day, every week. I buy it every month, every 2 months or so on. It's not gonna destroy my portfolio, but I feel very good when I'm in nice environment and so on. I'm more productive and so on. So I actually was very frugal until recently, and now I'm spending money. Of course, it's nothing crazy, but I spend way more money than ever before. I was able to live for $200-400 a month, and I would save even some money from that amount of money, which was great at a young age. Being university, I think it was the best decision I ever did. I mean, that's why I'm talking. This was the best investment I did, because I didn't have much money, but I developed something that I am today and I'm gonna be later. And the thing is that I like the Steve Jobs quote that it's hard to connect dots looking forward, but very easy look back 10 years ago. And he was saying that when he was fired from Apple, he was just mad. He wanted to leave Silicon Valley and just disappear, and that's it. So he was on very low point of his life. But then he said 10 years later, you know what, guys, it was the best thing that ever happened to me. But I didn't see it at the moment. That's what I'm talking. I didn't see being frugal at 18 years old. It's good move. But now I'm 25, great move. And the Steve Jobs, he was saying that because after he was fired from the Apple, he started Pixar, which ended up being #1, animated studio, right? Then he started company Next, which was good doing business with Apple, and later on Apple did buy Next. And at the end of the day, Steve Jobs returned to Apple. Win, win, win. And he made it, So that's the thing that as well, if you don't know if the decision is right or not, you have to give it some time. It doesn't have to be 10 years. But it doesn't have to be 10 minutes or 10 hours. So that's what I always try to do when I do decisions. I'm trying to see in long run. That's what a good friend told me, Michael, always ask this yourself. Does it make sense in long run? You don't do it for one day, but 5 years, 7 years, 10 years, whatever is long run for you. So that's what I wanted to share with you, because it's very important to be frugal, but you have to have some limits, because I don't want to be, richest person in graveyard, right? That's what Steve Jobs said again. I can have more money when I'm gonna be 60, because I'm not gonna be frugal and investing all my money and not enjoying. But I don't want to be a rich guy in the graveyard. I wanna enjoy my life. I wanna have happiness, And I think I'm on a very good track to do it, because I figured it out when I spend more money. I met new people. Like this month, I met quite a bit of new people, which I would never met if I would be, no, I'm not going there because I'm gonna spend $50. I'm not going hanging out with the friends shooting guns because it's expensive. I don't give a damn shit anymore. I mean, of course I'm very balanced with the numbers, but I just enjoy more, and I can, right? I'm not the guy that is struggling. I figure it out. I do okay. If I'm gonna be a bit less richer in 30 years because of this, it's okay, right? It's totally fine. I literally when I'm here and when I'm in Europe, I just feel so different than everything that was hard for me abroad when I was working in direct sales. It just disappeared, and I'm a very strong person when it comes to nothing can break me. That's how I feel. I know what can break me, but it's not gonna happen in Europe. If I end up doing sales again in the certain door-to-door, thingy, it can be something that might be hard, but at the end of the day, it was always worth it. So, and that's the thing as well. I was not sure if it's the right thing to do 6 years ago, but you know what? Today, when I look back, best decision ever. I did go out from comfort zone. I did this, and at the end of the day, I made something from it, and definitely worth it. And yes, there are some, things that I maybe lost a bit health or mental issues after that, but it's everything is. You can work on everything, and you can, improve it if you know it's happening. So I know my health did suck over there, so I kind of work on my health a little bit. I try to be just more healthier and so on. So But again, if I would be very frugal, it's like I have a friend, he's very frugal, but I'm talking about he's almost in 7 figures net worth. He has back issues and everything. He's not gonna pay 20, 30, 40, 50 bucks for anyone that can help him out because he's so frugal. That's not the point of view to me, because I don't want to lose my health because chasing money, and later on I would use money to chase my health. It just doesn't make sense, you know, because I know it's a limited amount of time we have here. And so that's the thing, like being frugal, definitely you should be, especially when you are starting. It doesn't matter how old you are, because you can be 30 years old and starting from scratch. You can be 15, 16, 20, 70, whatever. The important thing is be frugal at certain level, at certain moment, and you just continue, and once you are progressing, you take it more easy, right? And I think that would help you a lot as well, because again, I was not happy when I was not spending money, because it's like it is like it is. You have things when you buy them, right? You can go for vacations, spend everything. You have to, if you do anything, you have to pay for it. Seems like dinner, restaurants, hanging out, you know, buying car, dirt bike, 4-wheeler, vacations. The tool is money. So don't underestimate it being frugal, but don't be too crazy about it, because it never helps anyone. I think so, when you are too extreme about anything. So, and maybe in a couple of years I will be like, yeah, well, it was not worth it, it was a bad decision, but I don't think so, because I know what is important for me, and it's about balancing my life, because I was so much working on my work stuff, and I want to work a lot as well, but I want to balance it more. And you know what? Week is long. We have 7 days, 24 hours each day. So you can have some fun, you can work, you can make some people happy. That's what I like to do recently. Spending time with the people and so on. So if you like it today, you can support me with a like or subscribe. Let me know what you think, if being frugal is definitely worth it for you, and if you are maybe changing your thoughts as well about it. But definitely think about, you know, all other people as well in your life, that you have way more than a lot of people do. You have to just find it, you know, and that's kind of what helps me as well, because you are not gonna be ever satisfied if you are like me when it comes to making money and so on, which I like, right? But I sometimes go back, it's like, I'm healthy, you know, I have these ideas that I would never dream of being younger, and I didn't even start it. I'm just 25, just turned 25. So have it in mind, it's important. And yeah, you can let me know what you think as well. With that being said, thanks for watching. Until next time, see ya.